Gluten tag all. Today is the video everyone is waiting for, the time of year where we make fools of ourselves without knowing it until later. The time of year where we make hopeful predictions that could never come true. Yes, it is Premier League predictions 2021-22. And before we start, I'd just like to say hello to my future self re-watching this in a year, cringing at my own hopeless incompetence. 20th, Watford. Sorry, I need somebody to fill this space. I never want to put anyone here, but someone has to be relegated. It's sort of how the league system works. If they weren't, it would be very easy for Brighton. They would probably still find themselves in relegation trouble. Back to Watford. Yeah, I can't see them being strong enough, really, to stay up. So, yeah, unfortunately going to get relegated.
20th, Norwich. From experience, Norwich will play well at the start and then get worse as the season goes on, but I think they'll just do badly throughout this year, honestly.
19th, Newcastle. Steve Bruce plus Joe Linton plus the fact that this is Newcastle means that I have to make this pick.
19th, Watford. Even the cycling GK can't save them this time round. Plus, a year in the Championship does not prepare you for the Premier League, so ultimately they'll perform badly.
18th, Crystal Palace. I don't actually think this will happen, but I'm a Brighton fan and I want them to be relegated. So it would be very funny.
18th, Crystal Palace. Because Roy Hodgson left and Patrick Vieira joined, it is destined to be a calamitous season for Crystal Palace. And they'll not do horrendously, but still end up getting relegated.
17th, Norwich. Unpredictable FC. For me at least, because I barely know anything about them.
17th, Burnley. Burnley will just miss out on the relegation, but that's not to say they'll have a good season, because there is no spark to their side. I think the only player that will perform is Nick Pope.
16th, Southampton. Last year, I said they would finish in 8th place and basically jinxed them to have a bad season. This time I'll play it safe and they'll probably go and win the Premier League.
16th, Newcastle. It's just Newcastle.
15th, Burnley. Sean Dyche always keeps them up. It's like a guarantee in life. There are a couple guarantees that our predictions will be bad, that we will make bad jokes, and Sean Dyche will keep Burnley in the Premier League.
Mr. B6000.
15th, Brentford. I don't really know much about the side, but from my experience of teams like Brentford wearing red and white stripes has been that they will be the dark horses of the Premier League, so I'll place them quite high.
14th, Brighton. I just have absolutely no idea with Brighton these days. If they could score goals or even get a good striker, they could be in Champions League spots, but in case you haven't noticed, they aren't. So it's really hard to know.
14th, Brighton. Brighton will improve immensely in the new season and finally only have to worry about relegation for a few months rather than a whole season.
13th, Aston Villa. I don't reckon it'll be as good as last season because they don't have Mr. Traitor to Ireland Jack Grealish, but they will stay up comfortably, I reckon, and have a fairly boring season.
13th, Southampton. Decent side, but I feel like we've overhyped them in the past, so they'll remain in a comfortable 13th position.
12th, Leeds. Leeds play like me on FIFA. They score billions, but they also concede billions. And it's great to watch, but there's no way they're going down.
12th, Wolves. Wolves have always performed well in the Premier League, but with Nino out of the club and yet another Portuguese manager at the reign, the spark will go and it'll be a disappointing campaign for them.
11th, Wolves. With Jimenez back, Wolves will do fine, I reckon.
11th, Leeds. Leeds will again improve as time goes on, and we're finally being shown what the former Championship side are capable of. Also, they at some point might even consider fighting for European football. Who knows? Please don't meme this for when they get relegated.
10th, West Ham. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if they finish like 6th, but I want to bully West Ham because it's funny and it's sort of become a tradition after a year of doing Premier League programmes, so I'll put them in a position that is realistic, but I reckon they can do better.
10th, Everton. Everton are pretty good, but there's still not enough willpower or quality to get into Europe. They'll have a good enough season at the start, but will just dip under the radar as time goes on.
9th, Brentford. Okay, so apparently Brentford are quite good, and I'm going to probably completely and utterly embarrass myself. But, it's not actually a proper prediction video without at least one completely wild forecast.
9th, Arsenal. Arsenal are yet again going to disappoint, but they'll not do so badly this time around. So I think 9th position is fair in that respect.
8th, Leicester. Oh, Leicester. Will you ever get Champions League? I'd feel sorry for them, but, they have finished 5th 2 seasons in a row. And if that was Brighton, I would be so excited. But, because they finished 5th 2 seasons in a row, I don't really care that much. But I don't reckon they'll do it this year either.
8th, West Ham. Coming in as the big dogs this season, I think West Ham will show their worth and heavily challenge for a place in Europe, but it really depends how motivated they are.
7th, Tottenham. If Tottenham finish in the top 4 this season, I will personally apologise to every Tottenham fan in existence via a personal letter sent with a messenger pigeon for what I'm about to say. But your club is a... and there is no chance I will ever have to send that letter.
7th, Aston Villa. Aston Villa will finally receive European football. What they do with it is completely up to them, however. They'll not get very far, I'm guessing. And I think overall they'll have a pretty impressive season.
6th, Everton. Surely with Benitez they will do well, surely. I know we all thought that about Ancelotti, but someone has to fill this spot, and it's going to be Everton.
6th, Tottenham. Nuno is a good enough manager, so he will take Tottenham far, but the chemistry won't be there, and even though Kane will exploit his shooting strength, they'll disappoint yet again. And if Kane does end up leaving, I think Tottenham might even end up lower in the league.
5th, Arsenal. Last year I regretted backing Arsenal, but this year I have something to say. Something they didn't have last time. Ben White, of course.
Well, you just knew that was going to happen. That was going to happen.
5th, Leicester. I might be generous for putting Leicester here, but I think they'll replicate last season's greatness and push for Champions League this time.
4th, Manchester United. Yeah, they're good, but not good enough to finish anywhere higher than 4th, I reckon. They'll get Champions League.
4th, Liverpool. No nonsense from Liverpool this season. Salah will contend for highest goal scorer like he always does, and overall it'll be a good season for Liverpool, but a tough last match day.
3rd, Liverpool. Yep.
3rd, Man City. With a deadly attack, midfield and defence, Man City will power through the season and comfortably be rewarded with Champions League football. However, teams will also take advantage of Man City's weaknesses, like Chelsea in the UCL final last season.
2nd, Manchester City. They were strong this season, but not as strong as previous title-winning seasons, and I reckon there is a side who could be more strong throughout the course of the league season.
2nd, Man U. Sancho will run riot in the Premier League with the great quality football, and overall alongside Rashford and Bruno Fernandes will dominate the Champions League. Also, Varane will be good in defence and improve it immensely.
1st, Chelsea. Okay, hear me out on this one. Jamie has a gun to my head and he won't let me pick anybody else. Okay, but in all seriousness, I reckon a full season with Tuchel? I don't know. And Chelsea could easily do it. They're better than Man City. Yeah.
1st, Chelsea. From champions of Europe to champions of England once again. If Erling Haaland or Romelu Lukaku join Chelsea, our side will be unstoppable. It will be a guaranteed top goal scorer for them, and alongside our incredible title-winning defence and our Ballon d'Or contending midfield, either will extraordinarily improve our attack, so our side is like no other.
And thank you for watching. We really hope you enjoyed and haven't been sent totally mad by our terrible predictions. Thanks to Jamie for his editing. This was a long video, so it probably took him ages. And thank you to Matthew for his script editing. We hope you enjoy the new season. We know you will, because it's Premier League and it's great. And have a great day.
Mr.